Folks, I'm here with the man, LordKnight. We're doing another collab. How you doing today?
I'm chilling. Thank you. Thank you for having me on once again.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We're here, as the folks at home can see, we're here under the overpass. We're chilling. And today, what we've put together for you is this is a list of fighting game characters that are always bad. You know, regardless of patches or new versions of the game coming out, these characters always kind of end up getting the short end of the stick. So we were talking earlier, this is a pretty hard list to put together. Did you feel that way?
Yes. So specifically in my case too, I played a lot of fighting games, so I found it surprising that it was surprising but good. By the way, it's a good thing. By the way, it's a good thing, but it was hard to think of characters that are usually, we say always, wink wink, but for clickbait purposes, usually bad. It was kind of hard.
All right, this one I think this one I could guess. I won't spoil it, but I feel like there's one character that it has to be from this, right?
It's Tatsumi Kanji.
This is my main. Can you believe that? This is who I play in this game.
Really?
Yeah.
I apologize. Kanji, you said it. He's a grappler, so you're afraid that he sucks.
I think there might be some grapplers on my list as well. We'll see.
In this age of Arxis games, they were like, okay, we want grapplers to be good, so we're going to give them stuff, but we're scared of this stuff being too good, so we have to do these other things instead, and the other things that they do to the characters make the character not good. So Kanji can paralyze you, and what this means is I cannot move with normal movement. I could do system mechanic stuff. I can do roll, I can short hop, I can do moves that make me move, but I can't walk or jump. Okay, so for a grappler, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, make the opponent unable to jump sounds pretty powerful for a grappler.
Yeah, in theory, you would basically get 50-50s off every single button that he does because you can't jump. So it forces you, the defender, to do a reversal or to do like short hop. Short hop is not so great. It's not KOF. So it sounds pretty good, right? A grappler that could paralyze you. So yeah. What would they possibly do to make it so that this would not be too good? So they did a lot of things. Oh, also, as usual, he has more health than normal. As usual, right? Mm-hmm. So his flaws. One, here's Margaret. This is my main in Ultimax. Love this character, right? So notice how she's like pretty fast. Look at her super jump. Look at her move, dash momentum.
Yeah.
Right? So this character is the only character in the game that has startup on his dash step.
Oh, it hurts. Yep. It hurts to watch. Yep. It's like he has like Guilty Gear Strive air dash on the ground.
Really, yeah, really. And this matters extra because this is a game that, thank you, based Arxis, you cannot dash block in this game. Well, you can, but your dash block has startup, but this affects him more because you're not even moving, because normally at least you'd be able to like slide a little bit, but he doesn't have that sliding momentum. That is super painful for him, point number one. Super pain point for him, number two, is that his reversal, so while this is a reversal, for example, okay? So, is there something that you notice about this that is a little unusual?
No, I must be blind or something. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So I'm going to... Okay. So let's do this again. Okay? Here's Margaret's reversal. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Here's Kanji's reversal.
Oh, his requires his persona. Yep. I see.
Yes. You can get locked out of this by not having a persona.
Wow. Come to think of it, that must be rare, right? Because like I'm just like going through characters in my head. I'm like, Narukami doesn't need his persona. Chie
only a couple.
Doesn't.
It's a very uncommon thing in this game, but there are a couple of characters in this game that you need a persona to do your meterless reversal, and Kanji's one of them. So that's another really big flaw that he has in this game. Then there's like one more pretty important one. This one is also about neutral. You can air dash in Arxis games, right? So
yeah,
there you go, pretty far. So Kanji does not travel very far with his. His air backdash is actually so much better than his air forward dash that people do this to move with him. Yes, because for people who don't play this game, you can manually air turn in this game. It's pretty uncommon in any fighting game, really. And Kanji player to do this, to move around the screen, because it's so much faster than his normal. I mean, definitely faster than his run, and his jump goes nowhere, and his run jump also goes nowhere because his jump has startup, right? So the fastest way to move around the screen of Kanji is usually to do this.
I was so convinced that Kanji was going to be good because on paper, he's got to be the most broken grappler ever, right? Like, think about all this stuff they gave to a grappler, okay? They gave a grappler an invincible command throw, or like a command throw that like goes through moves. They gave a grappler a full screen projectile that if they block it, you can like run up behind it and get in. They gave a grappler a meterless reversal that if it lands, they're paralyzed and they can't jump.
Oh, you want to know an extra thing about this? You can't safe jump it. You can't. You can't safe jump it. Okay. Asterisk. You can't safe jump it alone. You have to use your persona to safe jump it. You're very RPG-ish, but you can't safe jump it normally. Yeah.
He has so much, like so much about this character is so broken for a grappler, and yet, bro, it's so sad. Listen, I know I'm gonna get hate because a lot of people think that T-Hawk is good in Super Turbo, Old Hawk. And, you know, I've probably contributed to this because I made a video called The Most Broken Grappler Ever. That's because he's broken in a literal sense in terms of, like, he breaks the rules of the game. But in terms of balance, I think most top players agree that even Old Hawk, he's like low mid at best, or maybe mid at best. And new T-Hawk, the T-Hawk with a super meter, is like bottom tier, like really bad.
Wow.
A lot of people also have the misconception that new T-Hawk can't do the throw loop, the inescapable throw loop, but he can. Every version of T-Hawk can do this in this game. It's just that old T-Hawk has like better normals and stuff like that. It's hard to see, but like, because this game is so fast, but old T-Hawk's hitboxes are a lot better than new T-Hawk. And if you guys know about the T-Hawk hitbox glitch, all right, so new T-Hawk is like really bad in a lot of ways. So new T-Hawk, this whiffs on crouchers. Old T-Hawk, that'll hit a lot of crouchers. So anyway, new T-Hawk has a lot of problems, and he has this bug. You see this blue hitbox?
Whoa, why?
It's a bug. It's just a mistake they made. So yeah, he can get hit there.
Oh, that's godlike. That is amazing.
Yeah. So new T-Hawk has that. It doesn't really matter, but it's just like a funny thing. But new T-Hawk does have 720. So what's interesting is in Japan, a lot of people actually use new T-Hawk. I'm pretty sure new T-Hawk is more popular in Japan. I don't know why that is, but they do land his super and stuff pretty regularly. But here in America, people only play old T-Hawk, right? And you would think, so if you guys don't know about why T-Hawk is broken or game breaking, the reason is he cannot whiff SPD. So I can SPD like that, right? But if I do that from far away, I just jump. It's impossible for me to whiff the grab. No matter what you do, you can never whiff the grab. It literally the animation doesn't exist. There's no way to do it. So if you use negative edge, let's see if I can actually do it. There we go. If you use negative edge to do the throw by releasing the buttons instead of pressing it, then you block. You can do a move, option selected with block. Do you see that? Do you see the yellow hitbox? There. Because it whiffed, nothing came out. Whereas, you know, if I'm close enough, there we go. If I'm close enough, the yellow hitbox triggers a grab. So yeah, anyway, that's a really broken option select because if they DP, you block the DP. If they block, you throw them, right? So that's a really good option select. But is that enough to make old T-Hawk top tier? Not really. He's still quite bad. I mean, the big thing is he kind of loses to all the top tiers, right? So he's really slow, obviously, and there's no dashing in this game. So he's really, really slow. All the top tiers can punish Condor Dive really easily on block, so that's a problem for him. This game has characters like Old Sagat. Ryu is a really big problem. So yeah, like some of his matchups are just so painful. But So I'm not going to say that he's bottom tier in Super Turbo. He's like lower mid, maybe mid at best for old T-Hawk. But let's talk about SF4 T-Hawk. Okay, so obviously, you know, they're not gonna let the bug rock. Obviously,
yes.
he can whiff 360 in this game, which, you know, of course, like that just makes sense. But in addition to losing that, he also lost a lot of other stuff. So his Dragon Punch is no longer invincible in this game unless you use EX. So, you know, it's like, that's fine. Even though Ryu and Sagat and some other characters have invincible Dragon Punches without using EX, I guess I understand that Dragon Punch versus Command Grab is very threatening. And so they make him spend meter to have access to that. So that's fine too, I guess. In Super Turbo, he can do like jab, 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 DP. Let's see if I can actually do, yeah. So in this game, it doesn't work. So yeah, you can see this doesn't combo. Even with EX, it doesn't combo. Wow. So yeah, he unlike Zangief, who can do like jab, 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 light kick, EX green hand, and then you know, continue pressure after. He doesn't really have anything. Off of multiple hits, he has like nothing. Okay, I'll stop talking now. You can go to the next one. I'm monopolizing the video just talking about T-Hawk, but I'm very passionate about the character.
If you're a T-Hawk enthusiast, man, like it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's
he is really, really fun in Super Turbo. Despite him like having a lot of bad matchups, he is extreme. It is fun to win off of one hit.
Yeah, I know that. I am a very big fan of winning off one hit. Because the character I want to talk about is Frieza.
Oh,
Frieza.
Okay.
Frieza. So Frieza has been in the game for a really, really, really long time, and just has not quite made it, despite having some good, unique things. So, for example, the main good thing would be this. It's level 3. So his level 3, this is like at worst, because basically you can change his frame data and have it have way more frame advantage, which is a huge advantage because characters that are like top tier for a long time, like Bardock for example, this character's level 3 got nerfed multiple times. So Frieza having having a good level 3 in this game is a reason to pick the character. Like that is a reason to pick a character. People are like, oh, yeah, this guy doesn't mix up level 3, let me pick them. Frieza also has some good normals, so this has some big range, and then this has a, well, like not do that. Come back, Frieza. There you go. This has really, really good frame data, and it's 2 hits, so it's like it's hard to guard cancel. It's got like a fast key blast. It's boop, boop, boop. So what are the things that keeps this character from being good for multiple patches? Okay, so number 1, and this is maybe it's more common knowledge now, but this is like a kind of a quiet reason for a long time. He doesn't have an air launcher. This is his jump down heavy. So let's say this is a combo, right? If you would just end your combo there, and just for whatever reason, we just noticed that characters that have that and not and upward ones they're almost always struggling for some reason. It just for some reason that
I mean. One thing is, like, if you meet someone air to air, you can't just launch them.
Yeah, you have to force them to the ground. There's a bunch of, like, weird reroutings you have to do. Another thing comes from the assist. So, your character doesn't have to be the most amazing character if they do something for your team, right? And Dragon Ball now, you have 3 assists, but originally you did not. This assist in the original version of the game was crazy, actually. But for whatever reason, when people weren't playing Frieza, and they started like normalizing things in the game, they nerfed this very quickly, out of nowhere. They nerfed it. It used to have way more block stun, then it had less block stun. Because it had less block stun, people were like, we can't use this for mix-ups, we don't want to use Frieza. A very common complaint in this game was, why does Broly who's a grappler, supposed to be a grappler, have better zoning than Frieza? Because for Broly, for example, he has this key blast, which he can aim upwards. Also, he can aim it up. So one unique thing about his key blast is that it beats key blasts, right? So if he does this again, there is no chance I will ever beat this ever. It just kills mine.
Oh my god.
The legendary Saiyan himself, right? Or another thing Broly can do is he can do this. Okay. So okay, I'm trying to zone you, and then LOL, he just doesn't care. about it. Actually, this doesn't care. All right.
Oh my!
He does not care at all about your shenanigans. So even though in a vacuum you have stuff that controls space, you have movement stuff, you have this stuff too. This is a good key moss, and stuff that hits at jump heights. So this hits very high. If I was jumping here, okay. And it's instant as well. Okay, it's 18 frames, so it's instant as well. So while all that stuff is very good, they add stuff to characters that either like nature of the game, or I can just protect myself and this is no risk, while Frieza has to do this thing, or just your character has some anti-zoning thing, or the character has like a far traveling neutral thing that also happens to beat projectiles or something, just stuff that Frieza can't react to. So another thing they try to do with Frieza then is they're like, oh, this character's an anchor character because there's gold in Frieza, right? There's gold in Frieza. Yeah. This is a move. This is the definition of a move that they tried to buff over and over and over and over again to get people to use it, and people were still like, nah. It's just not. Oh my god. It's just not good enough. He has very, very fast movement in this. You know, like he's the original double air dasher. They had to give this to him, by the way. He didn't even have that before. But he's still himself. Like, he doesn't have any extra things that are like super threatening compared to like Broly's the other zoner, right? So Broly has like anti-air grab, his projectiles kill other projectiles. I think that's a great way to make the zoner better than using projectiles, right? Just have the projectiles kill projectiles. He also has like armor on all his stuff, and it just kept Frieza from being picked for a long time, even with like system mechanic stuff where they added like limit break, multiple assists. Like, they just couldn't convince people to play Frieza.
My final pick here. So the reason why I wanted to bring up anti-fun playstyles, you know, I feel like there is a bit of a trend in what character archetypes are allowed to be good, right? And I'm glad that you picked a character like Frieza, because we got to see some variety here. Because I'm gonna go ahead and spoil that I'm picking another grappler.
I mean, hey, grappler is like the easiest one to go for though.
That is by far. When I look at the characters that are bad in multiple games, grapplers stand head and shoulders above the competition. So we're looking at Alex. And the thing about Capcom is, I feel like Capcom tends to make two types of grapplers, right? They have the slow grapplers like Zangief, T-Hawk, Hugo. And then they have the fast grapplers like Abel, Makoto, Lara. And Alex is kind of a fast grappler, but kind of a slow grappler. He's like a mix. But to be honest, I think his biggest problem is in Third Strike, you know, despite being ostensibly the protagonist of the game, they actually wanted Alex to be the new protagonist. He doesn't use the system mechanics of the game particularly well at all. Like, a lot of characters, if they land like a clutch parry, they're gonna do like, I don't know, down medium kick into like super or something. I'm doing this with my keyboard, so it's really hard to do, but they're gonna do something. They're gonna do like some good combo, right? But if Alex lands a clutch parry, it's pretty hard for him to get very much, right? He can do like maybe he can do command throw, but his command throw is pretty slow. I think it's like 5 frames of startup. And you can see it's very, very punishable. So it's brutal if you whiff this. And his cancelable moves are not that good. He can do like that. That's like his best 2-piece right here. Not much. So with parries, like just landing a parry just doesn't really feel that rewarding with Alex compared to other characters that are gonna get like a normal into a super into some kind of setup. And speaking of supers are really, really important in this game. If you've ever watched people play this game, you've probably seen that a lot of the top tiers are top tier because of their super, like Chun-Li, Yun Ganejin, that kind of thing. But Alex, all 3 of his supers are bad, actually, unfortunately. So he has a command grab super. So that's hype, right? Hype up bomb. But the problem with this is I can jump it after the flash. So it's not real. So why would you ever get hit by this? I don't really know. His super 3 is like one of the funniest gimmicks ever. So it has this super short super bar, so you never get any EX, which sucks. Like your amount of super bar is tied to, or, you know, that's how much EX you get. So he gets like 2 EX moves and that's it. So that sucks. And then the move itself, it's badass because it stuns the opponent, right?
Wow.
So like a super that instantly stuns, like that's gotta be powerful, right? Because then you'd like do like a full combo on them and stuff. But the problem is, yeah, see, this super is just Omega fake. It just loses to everything. I think he can even dash out. Let's see. Yeah, it's super duper fake. So his best super is Super Art 2. And it's pretty much just because it gives you a lot of EX bar. Like this move is actually really good. This is probably his best move is EX slash. So you really just want to do like as many of these per match as you can. It's like nearly a full screen move. It's safe on block. The only real way to deal with this is parry, but it's so fast. So this super is very jank because a lot of times it like uncombos. See? So yeah, this super is not actually that good either. And like on block, they can neutral jump and get a full punish because the last hit is a grab. So yeah, that super is pretty disastrous. So yeah, he doesn't have a lot of really amazing things going for him. Jump Fierce is a good move. Stand Medium Kick is a good move, but he also has this problem where he doesn't have any like long range moves that are cancelable, similar to what we saw with T-Hawk. You know, none of these moves are cancelable at all. So yeah, he appeared in this. He appeared in SF5. I'm not a big SF5 guy, but I do know that he's always been, you know, subpar in SF5, but he appeared in one other game. Alex is in TVC. I don't know why they put him in this game, but they did, and it's very funny. To be honest, I feel like he is kind of the true joke character of this game. Like he's more of a joke character than Roll is in a way, because honestly, he's probably worse than Roll, to be honest. It's close. They're both pretty much assist-only characters. So anyway, let's talk about Alex in this game. And the interesting thing also about Alex is, despite being, you know, I'm not gonna say he's one of the worst characters in the game. He might be bottom 5. He might be bottom 10. He's subpar. He's not that good in this game, but he won Evo. The only time that this game was ever at Evo as an official game, Marn won with Alex plus 0. So Alex did win Evo, but mostly as an assist. So 0, he has this thing where he can teleport through you, like that, right? And he can combo. So yeah, pretty much Marn just used Alex as an assist. As a point character, he's not that good, but he can do some really funny stuff. So like he's got this dive and he can combo off it, which that's just hilarious. I love people landing command grabs in a versus game is like so ludicrous. But this is the real reason why we pick Alex.
Oh, this game has giants.
Yes, the interaction with the giants with Alex is really funny because you might be thinking it's a command grab character. How do you command grab this? And the crazy thing is they actually let you. Isn't it amazing?
Let him cook.
They actually let him do it. Let me get my meter back here. Okay. I think we should be able. Yeah, here we go. Oh, we can swang him. Let's go. Ooh.
Billions of damage.
Yeah, everything does billions of damage. Can we normal throw the giants? No, they're immune to normal throws. And yeah, they're all armor. So at low key, being able to grab them is pretty good because it beats armor. And then here's the best one. Bro, what are you? What is it? We're gonna get demonetized for that.
It's the only way you can stun them.
It's the only way.
It's the only way.
Why is this in the game? So yeah, he can do that to the giants and dizzy them. So that's pretty funny. And you know, that's one of the only ways that you can get like a full launcher combo on the giants, you know, because usually they just armor everything so you can't launch them. So it is kind of funny that, you know, you can hit him with the machine, the stun gun headbutt. So yeah, Alex, he's not super good in this game. He's not super good in any game. but at least he's kind of funny. So that's my last pick. Yeah, like you said, it was a challenge to find these eternally bad characters, but it was pretty funny too.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for having me. It was really hard. I took way more time with this than thinking of your characters. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. Even though I just went with 2 grapplers. I just cheated and went with 2 grapplers. But LordKnight, let the people know where they can find you.
Of course, you can find me on YouTube, LordKnight, Twitch, LordKnight also, Twitter, .. LordKnightBB. Those are the main places you can find me.
All right, sounds good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.